Hello and welcome from a sunny England. Not normally two things that go together, but we're actually having some incredible weather. And if you're wondering why we're in England, it is because it's April 2020. That is the time of COVID-19. So we are recording this from England because we can't record it from anywhere else. Moving on to what we're actually here to talk about. We are going to tell you what Rainbow Mountain is, where it is, how do you get there, what's the best tour time to go on, what you should pack, and most importantly, is it worth it? Rainbow Mountain is a mountain that has a collection of minerals such as clay, sandstone, iron, magnesium that gives it this colourful look. Also akin to a beautiful rainbow, of course. It's located 100 kilometers southeast of Cusco. In our opinion, the easiest way to get there is through an organized tour. Keep watching to the end, where we'll tell you how much it cost us to do the tour, what you need to pack, most importantly, is it worth it, as well as a discussion about other rainbow mountains. And of course, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more information about South America in general, some hidden gems, and of course, follow us on Instagram. After a 6 AM start and a little breakfast, this is the view. It's not bad. Now we're gonna climb.
As you can see, we aren't together now. We're both in quarantine in England. It's been 4 weeks of quarantine, which isn't great, but we're plodding along. Got the quarantine beard, quarantine hair. It's been a crazy 4 weeks. Anyway, what can you expect from the trek up? This was probably one of the hardest treks we've ever done. You are starting at 5,000 meters. So by the time you get off the van, you already can't breathe. So it's already pretty tough from the beginning.
So we're on the easy bit right now of Rainbow Mountain. And then it's a big ascent. Don't see any rainbow at the moment.
For the first half an hour of the hike, relatively flat, so your lungs should be able to handle that. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to get to the summit, and the summit is 5,200 meters.
Altitude stuff is always very confusing for the body because I'm sweating. It's also freezing. I'm sweating all over my glasses, so I can't see anything now. So am I even really doing this hike? I'm not sure. This is the final climb to the top. What? Ah, no it's not. That is... Ah, I got it wrong. Still a little bit more to go. That way. Let's do it.
I couldn't breathe by the time I got to the top, it was so tough. Don't let this put you off though. The views from the top are amazing when you see the rainbow half covered in snow and then the other half is melted. Absolutely beautiful scenes. If you do suffer from altitude sickness or you're not sure, make sure you spend about 2 or 3 days in Cusco acclimatizing before you attempt this trek. After you've finished up at the top, taking pictures, done everything you want to do, there is one other trek that you can do, which is to the Red Valley. Going down is nice and easy. Well, you've done the tough bit now, but again, to get to Red Valley, you probably need to go another 100 meters up. This took us around 45 minutes, but again, we would highly recommend it. 360 views all around of the mountains, snow, amazing. And then from there, you've got about 30 minutes, 45 minutes back down to the van, and then you're done for the day. Your tour company should take you to lunch after that and then take you all the way back to Cusco. We arrived back in Cusco around 3 or 4 o'clock and was absolutely shattered, but a great trek.
For the Rainbow Mountain tour, we went with Rainbow Mountain Travels. Great tour company. We had 2 guides, we had 2 meals, we had breakfast and lunch. Really good information, really comfortable bus. We had blankets and pillows for the early pickup. The total cost was about £25 or $35, something around that. The main reason we went with this tour company was that they pick you up at 3:30 a.m, which is early, very early. But the importance of doing that is to avoid crowds, because if you go on a later tour, which is possible, most tours will pick you up around 5 a.m. If you go on one of those tours, it's likely it will be very crowded. You won't be one of the first people there, and when you're at the top, there will be huge swathes of people. Let me show you why you definitely want to get on an early morning tour. Jesus! A lot of buses. Now, what to pack? This is obviously very important and can be hard to assess sometimes. So number 1, most important, probably a camera. Can you even prove that you've been to Rainbow Mountain if you don't have that picture? I don't know. Number 2 is warm clothes. You'll need hat, long trousers, top layers, warm layers, rain jacket or windbreaker if you have one, buff to cover your face because it is cold. Depending on how you feel in the cold, gloves. So if you really do suffer with the cold, just take all those precautions to keep yourself warm. Sun cream or screen, whatever you say. If you've gone on a sunny day, you'll definitely want sunglasses. Also, they look cool, so, you know. A litre of water, snacks, very important if you're a snacker. We'd recommend buying some nuts or an energy bar so that you can have a little treat when you get to the top. There are places to buy snacks on the way, so fill your boots. Obviously, if you want to buy snacks, you'll need money for the snacks, or if you want to buy water, so bring a bit of change. The walking conditions are pretty good. We saw lots of people doing it in trainers. If you have walking boots, wear walking boots. Again, there's way more information on our blog, so make sure you go and check that out. The most important question is it worth it? It is a good question, to be honest. I had this thought after I visited a Rainbow Mountain in Argentina about whether I thought one was better or worse. So some positives about visiting the Rainbow Mountain in Peru is obviously, firstly, the views are absolutely incredible when you get there. Not only just the views of the Rainbow Mountain, you see there's a whole mountain range that surrounds you, snow-capped peaks. It is stunning. Tours in Peru are relatively cheap. With our tour, we got 2 meals, transport there and back, all for under £30, so can't really complain about the price. But the negatives about Rainbow Mountain are that it is quite difficult. We had people within our tour group who really struggled, so if you are someone that struggles with altitude, I would really consider this before you do it, and make sure you spend those 48 hours in Cusco before. The tour time for actually viewing Rainbow Mountain can be very short, especially if you want to visit the Red Valley as well. It's also difficult to visit on your own, so again, there's more information in the blog about how you can do it on your own, but it isn't something we'd recommend due to the quality of the road. And finally, most people would have seen very photoshopped pictures of Rainbow Mountain, giving it insane colours, you know, that where it does kind of look like a rainbow. In reality, it doesn't look like that. Part of the issue with visiting so early is that you don't get the full beam of lights hitting the Rainbow Mountain, so it isn't illuminated as much as it might be midday, for example. But given the levels of crowds that would be there midday, in our opinion, it really isn't worth visiting at that time. You just wouldn't enjoy it as much. But if you are looking to visit it and expecting it to be like it is in the pictures, you will be disappointed, so definitely don't have that in mind. And all those points lead me on to suggest another video in which we've visited a Rainbow Mountain in Argentina, and we'll discuss there whether we think that's better or worse than the Rainbow Mountain in Peru, so make sure you go check that out. Finally, thanks for watching, really appreciate your time. If you've got any questions or comments about this, please feel free to comment down below and we'll get back to you with answering your questions. As we've said, there's more information about Rainbow Mountain and various other trips in South America in our blog, so make sure you go check that out. If you found this useful, please give us a like and subscribe to our videos for more information, and we'll see you next time.
So, what can you expect from the Rainbow Mountain tour? Someone at the door. Tickable. Babe hasn't charged any of the batteries. Let's get this done. Gonna be here or here. One of these two. One of these two. One of these two. There. Around 3 or 4 o'clock. I think. I don't know what I'm saying.